on the north-east coast of England, in West Cumberland, in Scotland, in South Wales, 33 out of every 100 men are out of work. Half of these unemployed haven't had a job for a year or more. Industrial depression has thrown hundreds of thousands of workers on the scrap heap, not only in these 4 special areas as they are called, but in the other depressed areas as well. These men must be kept healthy. If there's no work at their old trades, they must be taught new ones and helped to move into more prosperous districts. Through its employment exchanges, the Ministry of Labour is contributing to the solution of this problem.
Albert Lee. Sit down, Albert. Make yourself comfortable. Put your cap on the back of the chair. Now, you're Albert Lee. You live at 6 Lakeland Avenue, Seacliff, Whitehaven. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You're 21 years of age. You weigh about 10 stone 8. And you've been working at the colliery as a haulage hand. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I take it, according to your records, you've done nothing but casual work since about October 1932.
Yes, sir.
So that your future, if you continue to work in the pits, is going to be not a very good one. Is that right?
No, sir.
Well, Albert, you know what it means. It means starting right away from the beginning. It means learning a new trade and starting again at the beginning. And it means that you're going to live away from home during the course of your training, and at the end of your time you'll be found a job which again will be away from home. At the end of that time we'll provide you with a kit of tools, and you'll get a job at which...
Of them, each with about 500 men in training. In country districts, there's a second type of centre. Unemployed men who are considered unsuitable for learning a skilled trade, or who are ineligible, may go to what are called instructional centres. Here the Ministry of Labour tries to counteract the effects of long periods of enforced idleness. They try to make men fit again for unskilled work. The men come in weekly batches from depressed areas all over the country. They are driven by lorry from the railway station to the centre.
Come on, follow me, please, will you? Come on, lads, have this way, please.
I suppose it would be nice and cosy in here.
Yes, you'll find it very nice here. You can settle down and get comfortable here.
Yeah, I've got my own bed, sir.
Yes, you've got to make all your own beds up first thing in the morning.
Can I have my bed up beside the stove there, Mr. I'm subject
Well,
to
if there's somebody that likes to give you his place, you certainly can.
Yes, thank
now,
you.
You'll get your own kit, 6 blankets, a bed, and 3 trusses on board and a box complete. You'll find everything nice and comfortable. Will you, one of you stand just there, please? Another one just there,
Yeah.
Another one up there, another one in the next place, another one up the next place. Now, you're going to sign for this kit you're getting. Now, will you sign just there, please? Just sign there, please. After you've got your kits, I'll take you down to get your grub, please.
I've been to this centre before. This one, I've been to one at one. But it's all right, yes.
After their first meal, the new men assemble for the centre manager's address.
Aye. And that's the further coach. My coach is right down in the bottom. Oh, you'll be all right here to give you new bed. Do you know what he says to me the other night? He says, you know what manual labour is? I says, manual labour, yes. He says, you don't. I says, well, what is manual labour? He says, a Spanish king. Jack went to the butcher's the other morning. He says, I want a sheep's head. The butcher says, how do you want it cut? He says, as near the tail as possible.
Right, now I want to claim your attention for a moment or two, lads. First of all, while I give you a word of welcome, and then so that I can give you a few tips in order that you'll know what we stand for here, and again, what we in turn expect from you. Your own experience will have taught you that long spells of unemployment tend to make a man what an athlete would call soft or flabby. It's our purpose here to help those of you who've become soft to get back to that state of fitness in which you could hold your end up on a job of work alongside other people who've been more fortunate, or in the case of those of you who have not yet become flabby, then to help to keep you fit. you'll understand too that with 200 fellows living and working together here, we must have a set of rules. You've each had a copy of those rules, and I propose later to deal with those. But in the main, what is required of you is that you shall behave much as you would do at home. If, for example, like me, you like a drink, then don't have so many that you begin to imagine you're going to be Queen of the May in the morning, or anything like that. You'll be employed later on fairly heavy outdoor work. But for the first 2 or 3 weeks, while you're feeling your feet, and while you're being toned up in preparation for the heavier work, we shall employ you on a number of light duties round about the camp, in the metal workshop, wood workshop, and you'll get some physical training, and you'll be employed also on the various odd jobs in the hostel and in other places round about the camp.
Like the other chaps in training, I started in the woodwork and metal workshops. We made simple articles for use about the centre. Some of us did a bit of cobbling on our own boots. After 4 weeks, we were ready to join the outdoor gangs.
The men do road work, drainage work, or sometimes stone quarrying. It's mainly work on land now being planted by the Forestry Commission, and wouldn't be done otherwise for many years to come. The men are given suitable clothes for the work, corduroy trousers, boots for working in water, and so on. Here are men quarrying and transporting stone to make the foundation of a causeway across a river. There is room for 4,000 men to be reconditioned by this kind of work. There are 17 centres to accommodate them. The course lasts 12 weeks. Selected men are transferred to the Carshalton Centre. From this special centre, they have a good chance of going into a job. The heavily built men are trained for specially heavy outdoor work. The lighter ones get work in factories or hotels. Here you see the men bedding the river with stones and making up its banks. At the end of the day, the various gangs assemble and march back to the centre for their main meal.
I'm the camp steward of this centre. I have to serve 200 meals with 2 hot courses in 20 minutes. Today there's meat pie, peas and potato, then bread pudding and custard. There's porridge, bacon and beans for breakfast, ham, sauce and cake for lunch, bread and cheese for supper. The men have names of their own for many of the dishes I serve. Stew they call piping hot. Toad in the hole is 3 men in a boat because they always have 3 sausages. The 7 pineapple cubes that make up a helping are called the 7 sisters. If I see the men are leaving one dish, I try something else instead. I find men from different areas have different tastes. A particular batch may prefer currant cake, spice they call it, to plain cake and so on.
Here are the special features of this week's recreation program. Tonight we have boxing. Friday, concert with community singing. Monday, we have our own cinema, including Charlie Chaplin in Easy Street. On Tuesday, we have a whist drive. General games in the recreation hut every evening from 5:30. Also, specially reduced price tickets for the local cinema can be obtained from the welfare officer.
In the evening, there's the recreation hut to go to, or we can play football. We've 4 shillings a week pocket money to spend, and sometimes the party saves up to go into the town by bus on Friday night or Saturday night. Some of the chaps save their money and send what they can home.
The working day is over too at the Letchworth Training Centre. The men leave their machines and stream past the time clock. Tonight there is a dance in the canteen at this centre. The men are encouraged to meet local people so that when jobs are found for them away from their homes, they'll be accustomed to making new friends. These men represent for industry a new source of trained labour. The centres can supply to any part of the country men who have been well trained in a skilled occupation and only need experience in a job. The concert in the recreation hut at the Firmin Woods Instructional Centre is coming to an end.